I'm glad we are addressing the revision of the visa code this morning, because I have been contacted by a whistleblower who has uncovered corruption in this area of a huge scale, which description of the thing gives me quite concerns. So our committee has a long history of being a forum in which we can have honest and frank discussions on issues such as migration, security of our citizens, and the control of our common external borders. The Schengen area are without a doubt one of the EU's greatest achievements. We all can travel through, and we are happy for this, and we all cherish the fact that the European citizens can move freely across the continent. But today, however, I want to raise a shocking issue of illicit trade in visas that is alleged to have taken place in one of our member states. Last week, during a court case, there were serious allegations that a senior political appointee appointed by a Maltese Prime Minister himself, the person with official responsibility for Libyan medical visas, has in fact been illicitly selling these very visas that should be free of charge and extortionate rates. It has also been alleged that the Maltese Consular General in Tripoli has been questioned by the police regarding the sale of Schengen visa. And the murdered Maltese anti-corruption journalist Daphne Caruana Galizia wrote articles in autumn of 2015 alleging that Malta's consulate in Algiers had corruptly issued Schengen visa to persons that were not entitled to them. The latest reports claim that Malta has issued more than 88,000 Schengen visas and an additional unknown number of medical visas. To put these numbers in proportion, Little Malta has just over 440,000 local inhabitants. From the time the civil war broke out in Libya is a place where so many thousands of Schengen visa has been sold, and neither the Prime Minister nor the police have properly investigated the case. So even local journalists which reported on this matter have to have facing a jail or criminal trial, sued for fraud in different cases. But when the Daphne Caruana Galizia, she was murdered for such allegations, I think we have to have a look closely to that case. When Commissioner Avramopoulos was questioned by an MEP, Ana Gomez, he answered that there was no selling of any visas to Libya. So I asked Commission to investigate this case and to give a proper attention to a terrible case of selling the visas. Thank you very much. I'm quite wondering, Mr. Lopez Aguilar, you said that there are millions of bona fide travelers, but I mentioned the thing that here are real cause endangering us as EU citizens. We are speaking now about the visa and about the processes of issuing the visas, but in first case, I think this LIBE committee have to investigate such a terrible allegation how much the visa, Schengen visa and medical visa are misused. Now we are speaking of the easing the process of issuing, but even to use an external services, even to take the fingerprints. But I think this is a terrible place for a corruption or holes how visas can be stolen, in fact. So, Mr. Coelho, you said this is a national competence, this terrible case in Malta, but it's a national competence. We are endangered, terribly endangered. So I don't think we only can say it's Malta's national competence, it's EU competence to monitor and check up. But now there are thousands of visas sold. So we have to put attention to this problem, because thousands of visas are sold to Libya, where ISIS fighters are freely traveling or living, and now they are entering. Do we have how many sleeping cells of Islamist fundamentalists sleeping somewhere? Do we want to see again a terrorist attacks on our streets? So I think, Mr. Chair, we have to put attention to such a terrible allegation, which is already on the court. 18th of June, which is 2 days ago, this was brought to Malta's court to be investigated, but I think a strong attention have to be put on the whole thing, and I don't think we can leave it to somewhere else easily. So if we want to issue humanitarian visa, Malta case tells us we need much stronger control of visa issuing process. So please, let's have attention to this. Thank you very much.